is now my pleasure to introduce the Lieutenant Governor of the Commonwealth. She's a co-chair of the Governor's STEM Advisory Council, Karyn Polito. She is a key component of the Baker-Polito administration's economic development plan. They are closing skill gaps, creating talent pipelines, and deepening partnerships between business and industry. Lieutenant Governor Polito has been carrying that message about connecting the workforce development and industry needs across the state, helping define the priorities that will foster new economic growth and opportunity for the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. I've gotten an opportunity to work closely with her in her role as Lieutenant Governor in the last year and a half as the President of the University of Massachusetts. I can tell you she's smart, she's savvy, and nobody works harder than she does. She has enormous energy. Please welcome the Lieutenant Governor of the Commonwealth, Karyn Polito.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to my hometown area. I've been blessed to grow up here in central Massachusetts. It's where my family's roots are when my great-grandfather immigrated to this great Commonwealth back in 1909. And I'm blessed to, with my husband, grow our family here. Our two children are 13 and 11. I'm very connected to Schoology and Seesaw and all the ways that we're using technology to share information in the classroom almost instantaneously with the parents at home. And I'm blessed to have had a great education here in the Commonwealth. And like the President said, I was the first, along with my brother, to go beyond high school and attain a higher degree. I bring all of that to my work now as your Lieutenant Governor as I travel around the Commonwealth and try to work hard along with our partners here to make this state a place where your children, the children in your classrooms, can find an experience here in Massachusetts to begin a job, a career, and to ultimately grow their own roots here in this Commonwealth. I want to thank all of you here today for bringing this summit together. I understand you outgrew Gillette, so now you're here in this great room, and you have a wonderful opportunity to share with each other, to learn more, and to build on the success that you've already achieved as educators here in our Commonwealth. I want to thank David for receiving this award and for what you do in your classroom every single day. I've had the opportunity to travel to most all of our communities in our Commonwealth, 351, and I've had multiple visits to Brockton. Brockton is a place that needs your attention and needs your care, and we thank you for making sure that Brockton rocks, right? And I want to thank President Meehan, 74,000 kids in your care. I'm not sure I'd want that responsibility, but terrific job there. And working with our president, we obviously want to make sure that those graduates find an opportunity here in Massachusetts. I want to thank Mitchell Chester and others. Thank you very much. So let me just put into perspective where we are here in our Commonwealth, and President Meehan touched upon it a bit, and then lay out the reality of what the challenges are for a state like Massachusetts. You know, our economy is performing in many ways in Eastern Mass. The technology boom is driving so much. Yet we in the Commonwealth have a pronounced workforce skills gap. And it's really important that we in Massachusetts try to close that gap as quickly as possible so we remain a competitive state in which to do business and to grow our workforce. So it's no news to anyone that Massachusetts is a world leader when it comes to the educational attainment of its citizens and the technological sophistication of our economy. We are second in the nation in the percent of our workforce that holds a bachelor's degree or higher. We are number 2 in terms of employment in technology sectors as a percentage of our total employment. And our economy is number 1 in the Millikan Technology and Science Index. We are recognized the world over as the gold standard when it comes to higher education and healthcare. And similarly, Massachusetts has a strong reputation for academic achievement at the elementary and secondary levels. We are number 1 in the National Assessment of Educational Progress in Reading and Math. We were the first, and may still be the only state with K through 12 curriculum standards for technology and engineering. And this year we have adopted the computer science and digital literacy standards, as well as a new set of academic standards for K through 12. science, technology, and engineering, which are based on a modified version of the next generation science standards. This is terrific. This is great. But despite all of this progress, we cannot rest on our laurels, which is exactly why you're here in this room today, trying to learn more, build on the success, and always achieve even a higher standard than we've set for ourselves. And we need that. As we are growing and this technology is growing our economy here in Massachusetts and all places, we need to keep up on the education end so that we continue to help businesses populate the jobs that they are growing with the right skills needed for their progress. So unfortunately, as I travel the state, I meet so many employers that say to me, I have to turn away work because I don't have enough people in my workplace with the right skills for this job. And as we hear that, we understand so much more why we need this pipeline to be so solidly filled with people with the right skills so that we don't run up against that. So despite all those good things I just shared with you, and despite all the progress that you see in your classrooms and in your school, and the progress you are making, and we should measure our success on progress, we are making progress. Over the past 5 years, the number of post-secondary STEM certificates and degrees has only grown by 2 percentage points and still comprise less than 1/3 of all certificates and degrees conferred. And the number of degrees in engineering and computer science has not changed in 5 years. And the gender gap, as President Meehan referred to, in computer science remains stark, with men receiving 6 times the number of degrees as women. We certainly know we have progress to make when it comes to women and minorities, and we are working hard on that. But together we must meet a challenge to the Commonwealth's economic success. Over the next 10 years, U.S. industries will need 1 million more STEM graduates than our system will generate. Here in our Commonwealth, we estimate that we will need 100,000 jobs in the manufacturing space to be filled over that same time period, the next 10 years. There are many aging out of the manufacturing sector. And when you think about manufacturing today, it's certainly not the workplace that our grandparents experienced. These are incredible workplaces with incredible technology and equipment. And we're doing a lot of work investing in capital dollars in equipment like you're seeing in these spaces in industries across our Commonwealth, and putting that into the classroom in our voc tech schools, in our community colleges, so kids can be exposed to this incredible technology and equipment with hands-on learning experiences throughout our state. And so we need to increase the number of students who are interested in the STEM-related careers. And that's why the work that you are all doing is so critically important. And we just want to be the strongest partner that we can be to help you and to support you and to grow more opportunity in this area. One of the things we did as an administration when coming into office was to challenge 3 of our secretaries to work together: our Economic Development Secretary, our Labor and Workforce Development Secretary, and our Education Secretary. And we said, go out, talk to our partners, talk to educators, school administrators, industry leaders, and figure out how we're going to close this gap. And they've come up with a series of recommendations, including investing in this equipment in the classroom for this hands-on experience. And also taking the STEM Advisory Council that I have the honor of chairing with Congressman Kennedy and Jeff Leiden, and elevating that to the Secretary of Education's office, so it gets a high-level view and it's completely coordinated with the curriculum development that we are integrating into our classroom every day. And in fact, the STEM Council is focused on 4 areas: expanding STEM-related internships for high school students, developing and implementing STEM early college career pathways, broadening access to high-quality computer science and engineering curricula, and strengthening and aligning is a key word, the work of the regional STEM networks, all of whom are represented here in this room today. We feel through early college and that work-based learning opportunities. We will engage students at an earlier age in their career, their educational career, around these topics of STEM. And I think that this theme today, building a lifetime of opportunity, is a great, great theme for us to carry forward as we leave this room today. That the investments we make in STEM education today will create the work-ready employees of tomorrow. And that's truly what your work is all about. Knowing that this economy is evolving and changing so rapidly, that the work in your classroom needs to keep up with that is an incredible responsibility and a challenge that you have, but that we need to work with you in partnership to help you address it. So one of the things I wanted to come and ask us all to think about more deeply is this issue of internships. As we travel the Commonwealth and talk to employers, we're asking them to think long and hard how to incorporate more internships into their workplace, and talk to you as educators about students connecting into this employment field early on in their educational experience. And these internship opportunities in STEM fields for high school students are so critical, because when you think about a student wondering where they're going with the skills that you're helping to achieve for them and with them, what are they going to do with those skills? How can they start to really imagine how to apply that in a career, and where that career will take them, and what an impact it will have on society, on community in our Commonwealth? And through these internships, they not only build confidence and curiosity and interest in the STEM fields, but the employer is also able to assess the level of skill, the level of interest, the soft skills that this particular person might have around showing up on time, dressing for the day, working on a team, following through, interacting with others, and really plugging into a workplace that needs that kind of energy and commitment is something that's all evident in an internship relationship. So I'm hoping that we can do more and build on the success of places like Boston-based Vertex, which has created a model student internship program. They hired 30 high school interns last summer. And today, we are excited to announce 2 new local companies, Lampin Corporation of Northbridge and Omni Control Technology of Uxbridge. Soon will be hiring and involving interns in their summer program. This is great news, and we need to do more of it. And you're not doing it alone. We have a whole state-funded system called Connecting Activities that will work with you and work with our industry partners to join forces, if you will, to make industry and employers work with our educational assets, work with you to connect the people with the right skills to the jobs that are growing all around us. And if you would like to reach out to Blair Brown from our office, she is the executive director of our STEM Council. She can connect all of you to that program. All of you. Did you hear that? Blair's ready to probably, she's here and she can help you. But the point of today is, you come here and you're doing amazing work. We live in an incredible state, the most innovative state in the country, says Bloomberg. And in order to maintain that title, being the most innovative, we've got to be innovative about how we deliver our educational service at all levels. And I think as a mother of a 13-year-old and 11-year-old, we can't start early enough in a child's educational experience to expose them to the fields of STEM and to incorporate that into every aspect of their educational experience. So when they graduate, they have the right skills, they plug into our growing economy, and hopefully with the work that I'm doing across our Commonwealth, town by town, city by city, they will lay their roots here in this Commonwealth, grow their career, grow their family. And I think ultimately that's the greatest measure of our collective success, when that next generation of students, the next generation of our children have that opportunity right here in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Thank you all very much and enjoy a great afternoon of information and discussion.